Alright, motherfuckers and brother suckers, I am back with an episode 2 of Storytime. Cue the jingle.
It's story time, and grab a beer or a glass of wine, cause you might find that you'll never look at life the same again.
First off, I just want to say a big thank you to all the amazing feedback I got on my last episode. I really appreciate you guys watching it, commenting, sharing, DMing me, everything. So please keep up the fan mail because my ego needs it. I'd also like to say f*** you to my dad who watched the video without my permission, which means I can no longer come in the bath in peace because I know he'll know I'm doing it. Cool! Anyway, on to episode 2. I'm going to try really hard to actually look at the camera rather than myself. I know I'm vain and it's quite difficult, but I'm going to try. Episode 2. Last time I gave you the quiz. Which of these did I not do? Paint my walls period red to symbolise womanhood to an older guy. Pretend to come off the contraceptive pill to my boyfriend who really wanted kids so that he would not leave me. And thirdly, wrote a poem saying that I'd rather commit suicide than let my year 6 crush die. So I can now reveal I made this quiz way too f***ing easy. Literally, over 50 of you got the answer right. That, unfortunately, I did not pretend to my boyfriend who wanted kids that I'd come off the contraceptive pill so that he would not leave me. I'm not that much of a psycho. I was actually in a relationship where my boyfriend at the time really did want kids, and I, at the time, never wanted them, like, ever. I was like, nah mate. That sort of setup was true. There are several reasons why this did not happen. Firstly, I'm not a psycho, and if you're lying to your partner, there is a problem. If you are trying to get pregnant so that your partner will stay, that is a problem. If you are lying that you're trying to get pregnant so that your partner will stay, there is a massive fucking problem. Go see a counsellor, please. Okay. Another reason, I've never been on the contraceptive pill. So, a little bit about me and my sex life, or my sexual health life. Do you like my mug? I got this from my dad. It says, I study the 3 Ps. And he studies a course which is called the 3 Ps, short for the 3 principles, which are mind, thought, and consciousness. It's like a psychology sort of thing. But I thought, wouldn't that be funny to like put on a mug and make a joke? So I studied the 3 Ps. He looks like an absolute gangster, yeah? And the 3 Ps are, of course, pimping, partying, and pulling, hence he's behind bars. You're welcome, Dad. Anyway, I've never been on the contraceptive pill because I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to hormones. It may be because my mum has a similar stance on it. I feel like the concept of putting hormones in your body every day for years on end and stuff, when that's not like natural for your body, I find it like a bit weird and a bit dodgy. Because, do you know what I mean? It's like the pill basically makes your body think it's pregnant. And it's like, unless you're pumping out kids left, right, and centre, like your body is not meant to be pregnant all the time. So to me, I'm like, oh, that's sort of like tricking my body. Like, this doesn't seem healthy, like all these high doses of hormones, because I'm not pregnant, do you know what I mean? So what is that doing to my body? I know there's no like real conclusive evidence about like it linking to like ill health and stuff. Some illnesses and some shit, like even cancer, like we don't know all the causes and stuff, so I just feel like inherently if it seems unnatural and a bit dodgy and we don't really know what's actually doing, then I'm like, I might just lay off, because what if it is causing ill health? Do you know what I mean? And we just don't understand it. So I'm a bit old-fashioned and I stick to condoms, which is actually a really idea because my vagina has teeth. Yes, by that I mean the condom splits half the time. Okay. But yeah, anyway, that relationship is over. Actually, it did not end because of the kid situation. However, when he started saying that he wanted to freeze his sperm, I sort of gave up a bit. So, the stories then that are true. Yes, I did paint my walls period red. Let's go move it. Period red. Okay, it's not really the colour of period. I mean, if it is, then you probably need to check that out. It's the shade of red, and might as well tell the story in this room. Basically, I fancied an older guy, and I wanted to prove that I was ready for a relationship and that he wasn't dating a kid, even though he would be, because I was 15 at the time, and he was 35. Anyway, the situation was, he was tutoring me in something, and I have no f***ing idea why, but my dad was like, where is he gonna tutor you then? Where's best? What, is it gonna be your bedroom? And that is literally the weirdest suggestion ever, especially considering that I secretly had a crush on him. But anyway, that thought stuck in my head, and I was like, holy shit, yes, that is a perfect setup. And then I went into my room and went, my room is yellow. It's yellow. It has birds and butterflies on the wall. This does have some birds and doves and shit, but it's actually sophisticated birds. There were butterflies and colourful shit on one wall, the feature wall, classic. And the other walls were like literally bright yellow. So it literally looked like I was 15, which I was. So that's why I was like, you know what? You may never get this chance again. If he's gonna be in your room, he cannot think that you are a kid. He needs to be like, okay, yeah, she's 15, but like, she's pretty much like 20 in her like mental age and reproductive age, because she's got her fucking period. Even though you can literally be 11 and have your period. But there you go. I went to like Halfords or B&Q, whatever the f it is. I bought some lovely red paint and I went for the more like darker shade. I didn't want it to be like a fire engine because, you know, Fireman Sam, that's a kid's show and I'm not a kid. So I was like, it needs to be a sort of gothic in a way. You know, if someone like wears like dark makeup and is into skulls and stuff, you're like, oh yeah, they're like a proper teenager. They're not a kid. They seem a bit older and they actually are. So I was like, we'll go for a bit like mystique, mysterious, sophisticated, dark red, Moulin Rouge sort of vibes, okay? And I have my period. Got the shade. I had to do a few coats. When I mean I got people to do it. I'm a bitch. I was like, cool, yeah, my room looks sick. I'll just give you a little tour. This is the new feature wall. So it does have doves and wings and music notes, but it's like quite nice. It's like feminine and stuff, but I think it's nice. And yeah, the rest is like dark red, even the f***ing covers match. Sorry, it's a shithole. It's like red and cream, Imagine Dragons. I mean, you can't argue with that. The room was perfect. He came over for lessons, but he, of course, never saw my room ever. He didn't even go upstairs in the house. I mean, why would he? Literally, why? You can tutor me anywhere. Why would you be in my bedroom? Thankfully, I like the room, so I don't have to just scrap it all and redesign it. Unfortunately, I never had a romance with this older guy who was 20 years older than me. I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely obsessed with this person. I was infatuated, and I thought there was a chance. Have you ever read Love Lessons by Jacqueline Wilson? That book defined that moment in my life. It's basically a girl who's in love with her art teacher, and actually he likes her back. And I was like, oh my god, it's possible. Even though in the end they don't get together, but he still admits he likes her and shit. I was like, oh my god, this can happen. So Jacqueline Wilson, you should probably be sued for encouraging teacher-child relationships. That story is like massive in itself. So if you would like to know more about the fact that I showed so many signs to him that I actually did like him and he had to somehow professionally work around those signs, I can literally do a full episode on that. I can chat for a lot of time about that. Let me know in the comments or on my Instagram story. It is a good story. Anyway, back we go. Go! Magic. Now the final story. Yes. In year 6, I did write a poem saying I'd rather commit suicide than let my year 6 crush die. Cute, right? I'm a hopeless romantic. Let me explain context. It was a Secret Santa at Christmas. I'm sure you'll know what Secret Santa is, but if you've been living under a rock, basically the whole class put their names in a hat and the teacher then assigns randomly. She pulls names out and gives it to like the students and stuff. I don't know what would happen if you got your own name. So maybe it's not that random. Or maybe she checks it before she gives it. Anyway, we don't need to go into the rules of this. But if you know, let me know. I got given the name of my crush at the time. And I'm pretty sure the teacher encouraged us to write kind words to each other. So like do a little card, not just a gift. So I took that quite seriously. I'll also give you a bit of context about who my crush was and my relationship to him at the time. Me and my crush had been up and down throughout primary school. I literally remember in year 1, we had just been playing rugby and he scored a try, like a goal. Try is a goal in rugby. I literally remember I fancied him so much and I just went up to him and I went, nice try. But obviously I really don't know if he understood that I meant nice tries in rugby or as a nice attempt, you fucking loser. I'm gonna hope it was the former. It was a very tumultuous relationship because I would like act like I loved him sometimes, but then I don't know what caused this, but then I would act like I hated him. We'd obviously do it to piss each other off or whatever, like kiss someone else behind the shed. When I hated him, I would like try and convince him, everyone, and even myself that I hated him. It was very tumultuous, it was very up and down, and this has not predicted my future relationships in life. I got his name and I was like, okay, it's been a really rough ride, but you know, I'm in year 6 now. I'm too old for this bullshit. I'm better than this drama. I don't want to play games anymore. The kindest thing to do is say it all in a poem for Secret Santa that I would rather kill myself than kill him. Just a mature thing to do, right? I'm an angel. Let's cut to the poem. Dear... Okay, well, I mentioned his name literally at least 3 times in this, so I can't be bothered to censor it. Chris Berry, if you're watching this, it is you. Cool. Dear Chris, it was such a surprise that I got your name throughout 28 names. Well, I've known you since a long time, and during it all, we have had some really good, fun times, and unfortunately some bad. True story. But from this day forward, I want to forget about those bad ones and start over. So here goes, ... Christopher, brackets, or Chris, if you prefer. I think you're really talented, generous, mature, brackets mostly. And the thing I admire about you is that you always want to fix something and think of the other person before yourself when you cause a problem or get stuck in one. These are the things about you that other people have said. By the way, I completely made this up for the sake of the poem. So this is the poem bit. He's kind, he's smart, he has a huge heart, and all I want him to know is that I think he's great. He's someone you couldn't hate, even though I spent literally about 7 years hating him periodically. And if it was him or me to live, I'd say I'd have to go. No, I'm sorry, I am not committing suicide for anyone, okay? I'm not that kind of gal. The letter finishes off as, and personally, I must admit, them people are, literally, there's like about 20 full stops here, then people are right. And I can't think of a soul on the planet who would disagree. So I really hope you have a wonderful Christmas and use that time wisely. From someone who cares. I guess the poem bit, I pretended that other people had said that, so actually, I got that wrong. I didn't say that I'd rather commit suicide than let him die. I said that other people had said that, which is literally even weirder. Like, why? That was literally a lie as well. I hope you enjoyed that poem at the time, Chris. A little follow-up from that is Chris, sorry, I just stopped saying your name, but this boy, Chris, whatever, came up to me after he read it and was like, oh, hey Louise, like, do you know who got me for Secret Santa? I'm sure he knew it was me. Who else would write such a fucking weird and mental poem? And I was like, no, sorry. Yeah. My year 6 teacher at the time cried when she read it, and I just thought she was like so taken aback by how caring and loving and thoughtful that poem was and how much someone could care about another person, like in year 6, right? I was just some sort of angel. But now I am pretty sure she was crying for the state of my mental health, because literally what was that? Also, another thing that I've realised, which is actually hilarious, is I read this poem to my parents a few years ago in summertime. Oh my god, like remember this? And then my mum was like, but it's not Christmas. What? Well, you said have a wonderful Christmas, but it's summertime. Mum, you don't think that I've written this recently? Are you fucking mad? That is what she thought. She's as mental as me. Also, actually, this is one of the weirdest bits about the story. The file name that I saved this document under is rather interesting. I've titled it Meaningless. Why did I do that? Who was I trying to convince him? Who the fuck is going to be on my laptop unless we're playing Sims? They're not going to be searching through my documents. Oh, what's this? Meaningless. And then analyze it. No. Although, to be fair, if I saw a document called Meaningless, that would really make me want to read it. The only person I was trying to convince here was myself. Look, I'm doing the right thing, yeah, but I'm sorry, I don't actually love him, because like love is weak and like vulnerability is weak and like being nice to people is just fucking loser. Do you know what I mean? So I think it must have been that. But it makes me seem a little bit more psychopathic. So yeah, there you have it really. For next week, the quiz I'm giving you is, which of these is not true? I have in every room of my house. I have in public 4 times in my life. And finally, I once a boy who said he had not wanked until he was 17. So, happy voting. Good luck this time. I hope I haven't made it too easy. I'll keep trying to catch you out. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share with your friends. Catch you next time on Storytime episode 3. Decent. Also, I just want to say, I actually have metal water bottles, because last time I did like that take where I was like chugging a big plastic bottle. I do not support plastic. Plastic is a huge polluter. It's destroying the planet. So please opt for non-plastic options. The only reason I had that was because my dad had already bought it ages ago and we kept reusing it. But yeah, I do not support that way of life. So I just wanted to make that clear. Goodbye.